Good morning, Sunday. It is June 28th. How's it going? This is the Morning Spike where we talk about all the fantasy football news and cover any fantasy dynasty, redraft leagues, and also guillotine leagues. How's it going, Alec?
It is going great over here in Florida. It is hot as hell over here.
Where are you at, man? What temperature you at?
Right now, we are sitting pretty at a nice breezy 94 and a 78% humidity.
Okay.
Woo!
I can figure something like that. Well, I'm actually right now, well, not too bad, but I'm usually sitting at 100, 105 lately. But I went to my mom's and I'm sitting at a nice 87 right now, so it's kind of nice.
Man.
Yeah, but no, lately this whole week I was sitting at like hundreds, late 90s, but there's no humidity here, so that's the thing about Arizona. There's no humidity at all.
Mm-hmm.
But where I'm at is like 3 hours south of where I'm usually at. So yeah, Duarte, good morning. How are you,
good friend?
So yeah, no, Arizona's. I feel like whenever I fight against a Floridian, they're like, oh yeah, it's hot or whatever. I'm like, your hot is humid, ours is dry, and we burn more.
Mm-hmm.
So there's differences. I don't know if I could handle your hot. I don't like humidity.
See, I grew up in a desert on the West Coast, so I was used to dry heat. Then I came here and I got a full experience of humidity, heat, and what better way to get used to it than my first day outside busting my butt for 8 hours in 100 degrees at 75% humidity. Let me tell you, it felt like 115 and I was cooking. I was like, oh my God, it just sticks to your skin as soon as you step out of your car.
Yeah. It's and then when you have leather, it's worse. Don't ever get leather and you live in like a hot state. You're literally just asking for it.
Yeah.
After Wednesday, it's going to be in the hundreds. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
It's getting there. And then August comes around, everybody's going to be hot. Everybody's going to be hot. I'm already begging for winter to come. I'm happy during winter because I could always just put layers on or be nice and cozy. I can throw the heater on, and just the temperature is more adjustable for me. Where the hot, you can't. But anyways, so Mark is I don't know. And Brian had to take care of some things. Luckily, I was available for the last 2 Sundays, so here we are. Otherwise, I don't think we'd had a show today. I don't think
probably not. Otherwise, it'd be a one-man show, and I wouldn't know what to talk about.
Modi wants to wear a jacket. No, yeah, exactly. No. Hoodies you could do. I could do a hoodie, depending on where I'm at. Like I have my house so cold sometimes in the summer that I'll have a hoodie. But yeah, that's just my house sometimes. But that's neither here nor there. But so we talked about little Brandon Ayuk, right? And you kind of told me you're not too familiar with what is going on.
Nope. The only thing I've heard was that he says I'm the best wide receiver. Any team would be lucky to have me.
Okay, so there's a little bit more drama behind all this. So basically, he talks about his agent. And his agent shows up at his house or whatever, and he's texting his wife about him, and he's like, "Well, I don't like that. First of all, it shouldn't come to that. It should come to player and agent." So he eventually fired his agent. And then it kind of escalated. John Lynch pulled up and was also there and basically announced everything and announced him saying that, we're not playing. He's not playing at all for the team. He will never play for the team. Another down for the team. So essentially that's where blood started heated, everything getting more wild up, and it all started like with him and Kyle Shanahan, like him, they never had a equal view. Kyle Shanahan actually told him he was a toddler at one point. Like he had that toddler attitude, which, I kind of agree sometimes. Like the whole shorts thing, he was wearing red shorts black shorts with red shorts, whatever that day was. Everyone was supposed to wear the black or red shorts, but he decided to wear the opposite one. And then he decided, like, I'm not going to do, and he argued about it. Like, maybe he forgot him that day, but he just wanted to stick to his guns and be prideful or whatever and say, no, I'm going to wear these, whatever, whatnot. I don't know. But it started from there. Then he was in the doghouse, and then, like, everything after that just escalated. He doesn't want to, but then how much did he get paid? Like, he got all this money, not even to, like, play. Like, they just recently paid him, like, a crap ton of money. I don't even remember what it was. It was like 30 something.
And now they're moving off of him.
Yeah. So this guaranteed money Brand Ayuk keeps. Like,
yep.
And I'm pretty sure there's a video somewhere where he grabs a backpack, it's like a bunch of money or whatever, dumps it on the bed, grabs the backpack again, and walks out the room. Essentially making a statement, I don't really need your money, and I'm still moving on. So I don't know. It's crazy. If they don't want him on the team, why they're just not releasing? What are they waiting for? I think they're waiting for a specific day. I think it's October 19th or something like that. I don't know, or whatever. He's I don't know what specifics that. I guess the contract rules out that they have to pay him a certain amount of money, even though they're giving him all this money. I'm not too sure, but I know they can't do much now until, like, I think the season starts, actually. So it could be the season starts. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Honestly, they should have just traded him 2 years ago when they had all these problems from the get-go. But so here I have, like, a video of him posting recently, and he talks a little bit about it, and he's basically taking shots at John and Kyle.
What a man-child.
Started this whole shit because I fired his ass, but he want to text my
There's
wife.
the
Like
agent.
he's smart.
Yeah.
Don't ever text my wife. Your ass fired. Your ass grass. Get up out of here. Get going. So he is also the agent for the general manager of that team. And these is all weird. Weirdos. Creepy predators. I would never, ever with these. I don't care how long I gotta wait to get to you, my baby. But if it involves with them first, I'm waiting. General manager gonna pull up to my house. Oh, weirdo. Like, bro, don't pull up to my house uninvited, boy. That ain't safe. The white boy, white man, former NFL safety. And I know my wife is about to be back home soon. So I have to call my wife and say, it's a big ass white man at the house. I don't know what he's doing over there. He was not invited. Creepy. So if you on your way home, probably spin the block a few times because I don't know what bro on. Like, weird. The same general manager that tried to run me down and come apologize for his head coach because his head coach got a temperament of a toddler and was speaking out the side of his mouth to me, knowing that got it, bro. What I'm gonna do in here? Beat you up? Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro.
And this man just posted this, like, crazy,
but you feel me? Don't respect me. The story is,
I don't know.
And I never will. But I forgive him. You feel me? You feel me? I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to heal. So I ain't finna.
Oh my God! Don't hit me with that bullshit. Come on,
I would never
now.
stepping in that building, except for on October 19th when I come through with that belt. That agent.
So it's just escalated to, you know,
that like
that shouldn't have never been posted for him. I don't think
it's a distraction, and it's terrible.
Yeah, and teams are gonna look at that and be like, well, I don't want that guy.
No, he's a head case.
It's
not like he's got an Antonio Brown level of talent, you know, to where some teams will be like, you know what, he's a head case, but he's so dang good. This guy doesn't have as much talent as probably like at least 14 other wide receivers.
So I would at least say he is good. I would say is in the top 30. Yes. Let's just kind of like put, like, he joined the league in 2020. Right, his rookie year. Didn't really do much. 748 yards and 5 touchdowns, which, you know, pretty easy for rookie numbers. Like, you know, and they were selected pretty high too. So the following year he did 826 with another 5 touchdowns. And then I guess what it essentially would be his breakout year was in 2022, 1,015 yards with 8 touchdowns. And then the following year, he almost repeated the process with 1,300 yards, well, 1,342 with 7 touchdowns. So it was training for him to be a lot better, right? Like it was essentially going to be and you can see it too. I remember like visually seeing before all this started, right? Before all the drama and all that started.
Mhm.
I can visually now claim after the second season, he did it again, 2023, 2024. I actually said, this guy is going to be the number one because you can see that he was taking over the number one spot. He was being way better than Debo. He was putting up numbers. Everything that the Niners were doing were focusing around him and Kittle and I think McCaffrey.
And
so
let's not forget that Debo was also acting like a diva during this time. He was getting pissed off. And now all of a sudden, look who's being the diva now.
Yeah. So exactly. So it kind of just, it's like 2024. That's when and I don't know what happened. Maybe something happened with like his ego that's when he decided, okay, I am the best one. And he was putting up numbers. He is good. He's very talented. I've seen the way he plays, and no one's going to forget when he jumped over, like his rookie year, when he jumped over, what's his face? Sorry, it was against the Eagles too, but it was pretty cool. But and it was just like, come on, guy. Like, everyone's watching these players. Everyone's judging them. Like, literally, their job is their bodies, and their bodies is what performs for the game. And for him to act like this is not a good look. Now, there was a post where he's like, Commanders, let's go Commanders, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And the only reason I think he wants to go to the Commanders is because his best friend is Jalen Daniels. So I don't even know if that's even a possibility. But if there is a team that goes out anywhere who might get him, he's really interested in the Washington Commanders. I can see him going to like the Raiders because they love problem childs. Steelers maybe, and maybe also the Browns. These are just teams that I feel like Is it weird that bad players go to these teams? Like because of the coaching and because of the way they are, like they have coaches to fix them.
It's literally the same scenario, just different way of looking at it, as a girl saying, don't worry, I can fix him. I can make him better. Just you wait. Give me like 2 years with him. Totally won't backfire.
It's funny because like I see this. I'm like, we've seen players do this before. And you know what? It's why is it always receivers being the most diva-ish of all the positions? That's
what I was gonna say.
It's always a receiver. I don't know why. What is
because imagine for a second if a quarterback said all those things that I just said. Imagine that. The publicity. They would probably be immediately benched. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah. I just remember watching as a kid growing up how before the rules were altered. I remember growing up as a kid, it was just multiple receivers acting this way, and the NFL didn't do much about it. Now they're cracking down on it and punishing them for basically not hiring them. They just don't go anywhere.
You want to know what is interesting? There also was a period of time where people used to complain about running backs always demanding to get paid, wanting to hold out until they got paid. But now I kind of get it, because running back shelf life is very short compared to every other position. So I actually don't care so much if they're a little bit more divas. But wide receivers, I feel like they don't have much of a leg to stand on. I see them, and for some reason, I see either cornerbacks or safeties being the second most divas. I mean, C.J. Gardner-Johnson will not stop talking about the Eagles, even though he's not played for us in like 2 years. He still likes to tweet about Barkley and saying he needs to jump ship and all this other stuff. And then pretty much whenever he gets cut from a team, he likes to talk trash about the team.
Yeah. DBs are very I feel like just if they're the fast skill guys, they just But it is Diggs going to the Ravens, just watch. I don't know if they can afford anything over there.
I don't think they really need Diggs, to be honest. I think Zay kind of proved himself last year, which I'm so glad he did.
Well, I feel like Zay's always been the guy anyways, but I don't even know if they have enough money for it. Like, they have 17 million, but that's going to be money they're going to use for, like, injuries, I feel like. I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know. I guess the second most biggest deal was AJ going to, the Patriots.
Yep.
But his diva started two years ago too, but his wasn't so bad.
No.
He would go to the media like this.
Mm-hmm.
Would he go to the media? Yes, but not go on a rant is what I'm guessing.
See, part of me doesn't care for media because I feel like media loves to blow things hugely out of proportion.
Oh, 100%.
And I know that there was one thing that AJ Brown did, and he said it on a Twitch live stream while he was playing Madden. So this is why, if you're a star wide receiver, you have to be really careful with what you say. And he realized that. He said something about Jalen Hurts on that particular live stream. I think he was playing some streamer. And it blew up on media saying, oh, him and Hurts are just not on the same page. Oh,
they never were, though. They never were.
So it's like, I didn't care. I truly don't think AJ Brown was that much of a diva, unlike what a lot of people are saying in Philly. I think some of the things he said when he was leaving was disrespectful, but that's just like any star wide receiver. I feel like, to where if they don't get the rock too much, then they just will go and complain, or in AJ's case, go read a book. So
yeah. So I don't know what Niners will do. If he goes somewhere else, he can easily be plugged in as the number one, maybe two. The talent level he has talent. So that now it makes me think, okay, this guy's not getting drafted in redraft leagues. Probably not. The more bigger question is, what are you doing with him in Dynasty? Say you have a receiver room and your receiver room is fairly decent. What are you doing with a player like this? How low are you going to trade him, or how high, or do you stash him and see what happens?
I say that he's a hold, because the problem is that because we don't know, it's what uncertainty when it comes to Dynasty does often kill ambition for why people would want a player. Because realistically, there's not much that you could offer for him right now. The upside, the talent is there, but if he's going to get cut, and he's not going to play, and if, let's say, he doesn't play until October, what are you doing for the whole month of September? I mean, people have to essentially factor that in. So if you were to trade him, it's going to be something that's probably under his talent value, but current market value would make sense. Something like a 5th or a 4th round pick, just one of those, and be done with him. Otherwise, you just hold him and see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. I've seen him go as high as 2nds, 3rds, 4ths and 5ths. Yeah. But I guess it depends. Like, honestly, I'm kind of one of those old persons too. He's 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he still has, a good handful left in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
If a team decides, okay, they can not so much fix him, but like at one point there wasn't a problem, right? Like there has to be, if you're feeding a receiver is good, then they should be happy. So, because if he goes to the Commanders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Him and Jane Daniels put up really good numbers when they were playing for the Sun Devils in Arizona. So, and then it gives him, a little familiarity, like the chemistry's there. Everything they had was it just comes back full circle. It wouldn't take long for them to adapt to the offense. So I think that'd be a good fit for him. But the problem is, like, you have Terry McLaurin there, who's probably on his way out here soon.
You have Chig, who's a tight end, who actually, he is a good athletic tight end, just was never really used properly. And I think in that system, we've seen if old man Zach Ertz can look good,
then
Chig should look awesome.
I just don't I'm looking at the rest of the roster, and they just drafted Antonio Williams. Mm-hmm. We don't even know what he is still. Van Jefferson and Diami Brown they grabbed from other teams. Van Jefferson, I think, came from LA, and Diami Brown came from. No, they drafted Diami Brown, right? Yeah. And then Treylon Burks, who even knows if he even has anything left? Like, he's just, to me, he's like one of the biggest busts. He was so good. He was so good in Arkansas. So I don't know. And then if he give, for me, he would be the easy number one once Terry leaves, if not be the number one with Terry, because how old Terry is.
Or do you see a scenario, because I'm not sure what you would project him IU to get if he were to go to Commanders. I don't think he eclipses 1,000 yards. I really don't. I think that the Commanders, if they don't do well this year, they could very well draft a wide receiver to prepare, because they tried the whole experiment with the 49ers wide receiver last year with Debo, who is arguably more athletic than IU, and he did not do well.
Yeah, well, all right. And also, though, I don't know. The fact is, they should have known what they were signing, though. Debo was done. He left every ounce that he had at Niners. By the time he got to the Washington, he was already at quarter tank, and he gave that last quarter tank to them, and it was done in fumes. Who's the top 3 receivers that act like divas? Oh, that's kind of
well, I'll tell you right now, it's none of the elite ones, surprisingly. Like the super talented elite, like Jettas, Amon Ra, none of those CD. No, none of those.
Well, right now it's easy Diggs, Ayuk, and Brown. So
yeah, those are.
So
easy.
He won't be the number one over scary. I mean, talent. Eventually, talent. I don't know. I think this year, no. Next year, if everyone's happy, right? We have a good mindset, no drama, no nothing. Do I believe Brandon Ayuk can be better? Yes, because Terry will be now slower, like because he's older. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Just because the oldness, like, listen, Anthony, like the oldness will catch up. He's getting older. Ayuk's still younger, so I think eventually, if Ayuk goes to Washington Commanders, right, I think maybe 800 yards and handful of touchdowns, 5, something like that. Terry would break 1,000 as he normally always does, and how many touchdowns would he probably get? I don't know. Probably like, he's so hard. It could be anywhere as low as 3 to as high as like 15. I would say about 7 or 8 for him. I don't know. So yeah. Justin Ross. Why are we still saying his name? Nobody cares. He sucks. I don't care. Everyone said he was going to be good on the the Chiefs, and no. Justin Ross is not going to be a thing. Sorry. Just no. Actually, I'm not sorry. He sucks. All right, so there's the Commanders. Then if he goes to the Raiders, easy probably would be, if they have enough cap space for him, he would be like the number one there, just easily. He can elevate their offense. Problem is rookie quarterback. I don't know. It's just,
well, Kirk is going to be starting the year, so that will be helpful.
True. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that would probably be. He would probably just easily slide in and just be the number one. Like, honestly, like that would be the best fit for him if he wants to be the number one and get all this attention and everything. That would be the place. No, maybe.
Possibly. I mean, I guess I'm not really in on Ayuk. I feel like if he gets the opportunity to be number one and he lets everybody down, then all it does is just show that maybe the 49ers were right all along. Maybe he doesn't have much in the tank left. I get the talent. I just can't see Ayuk getting 1,000 yards or, more than, let's say, 6 touchdowns. I just can't. I think his best years were under that system, and now he just slandered that coach. And again, most teams, when you see that, you're not going to want that guy. He's going to be a locker room distraction, and that's why it's always bad teams who go for those players. And shocker, they still are bad. They still suck. So I don't think he'll make that much of a difference for the Raiders or really any team that he goes to. Outside of he might have a good statistical year, but that's about it. Because any team he goes to, I think realistically, I can't see making the playoffs.
Okay,
that's just me.
Yeah. Well, this is an established team that's already good.
Sure, but established teams aren't going to want someone who's going to be a distraction in the locker room.
True. Yeah, and these are like the teams that I see that have like maybe like room for him. Probably, I mean, Miami could probably just take him.
See, Miami, I feel like would be the best bet because they really don't have anybody.
No, they have Malik, and that's about it.
See, and the problem is Malik is an exceptional special teams player, but as a starting wide receiver, we don't know because his stats don't really look too exciting. Hi, baby.
Yeah, I think this would be Malik Washington's breakout year. I think so. There's no other competition there. The problem is he doesn't have two anymore. So yeah, it's if this is a breakout year, it'd probably be this year. He'd probably be a good easy flex somewhere. So yeah, I don't know. He's still 28 years old. Brandon Ayuk has still got a good handful of years left. If he does do anything, we'll see. But as for Dynasty, I am also holding. I don't know if I could trade him yet. I don't know. Do you pay him the $1 million at minimum? I think there would be some type of. I mean, you would have to.
To answer your question, no, I don't think he has CTE. Antonio Brown, for sure, but
that man just. Antonio Brown was another level, man. Okay.
He really was.
Right.
Even when he was with Brady couldn't fix him.
Yeah. So as he's leaving the Niners can do without him. They still have Mike. They just got Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall, Christian Kirk, and George Kittle. Now, are all those guys all spring chickens? Absolutely not. They're all old. It's a very old team. Brandon, you probably would have been one of the younger ones, but it is what it is. He's not going to play for them. As for the team goes, and we make fun of them as this. We make fun of this team on this channel, not in a bad way, but like we keep saying that they keep sacrificing teams to the McCaffrey, bloodline.
Yes.
That's what we keep saying here on this channel. Every single time the Niners lose somebody, it's only because McCaffrey still survived and he's putting up numbers. So,
which I'm going to say he's going to be a bust this year, McCaffrey. I'm calling it.
Because it seems like every other year.
He does. But I mean,
this would be the year.
But also, it's not just that. Look at the numbers. If you include playoffs, I think he had over 450 touches. If you include playoffs, that's insane for a running back at his age. All right. The only running back at his age who can do it, who's older, is Derrick Henry because he's the king. He can do whatever. All right.
Yeah.
But McCaffrey, no. I think if you draft him, you expect him because I've told you this before. What does Joe Burrow and McCaffrey have in common? Literally, when they're healthy, like one of the best, if not the best, will win you fantasy. But when are they healthy? I don't know. Check the calendar.
Yeah.
So
I agree. He's now 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That is beyond old for running backs in the NFL. A lot would say 26 to 28 range is now that turning point where they flipped the pancake and now they're starting to cook the other side. He's now 4 years into that. So, and we've seen in the last couple of years, I think it was just injuries just kind of like hindered him from doing anything. So it's very difficult to say that, hey, do you feel confident in having him on your roster? Not really, because you don't know. But is he still going high second round? Probably. He's no longer a first rounder. in some leagues. Yeah, I would say he's third or second now. Probably more likely second, just because of how hard it is to get running backs in any type of fantasy league. So,
is the rumor true? Browns might trade Sanders if he don't win the QB.
I
battle.
heard that too. But they would have to rely on their quarterback room at the time. Like if they feel confident enough to roll with Watson, then yeah, I don't see why not.
Like I've been saying on the show, and I will repeat it until oblivion. If you trade him, I would love to see him go to the Colts. I would love to see him go to the Colts, be the backup for Daniel Jones for a year, and then if Sanders really improves, put him in there. Put him in there, because that would be a great system for him to learn from.
Yeah.
So
I think that system would probably be. It's. I'm not saying it's easy, but on a quarterback standpoint for the Colts, they're very old school. I feel like a lot of pocket passers can adapt very well there. So
they can.
Yeah. And Daniel Jones, a lot of people, it's crazy. A lot of people still classify him as a pocket passer. I don't think so. I've always thought he was a runner.
He's a mobile quarterback, and those are usually exciting until they get hurt.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Daniel Jones. Once he gets back and he's fully healthy, like I hope he does it again. Like I really do. Like he's had a tough, difficult, judgmental year. His first 3 or 4 years, I honestly, he's probably the luckiest man ever, because the first 4 years the Giants should have gotten rid of him, but also it wasn't his fault because they never really gave him a line or enough weapons. So it was kind of difficult for him to actually be to flourish there. So same thing back to Patrick. No, I think Fields got to that already. I think I would trust Fields over Sanders right now, just the way it is. And honestly, I think they have packages specifically for Fields there, because I don't think Patrick's going to be. No, honestly, I don't think Patrick's going to be the same. I don't think Patrick is going to be the same for this season. He literally, like, what is Patrick's best attribute?
Well, some would argue his wizard nuclear bomb of an arm, but I would say his legs are.
Thank you.
Are
we're on the same page.
Yes,
we're on the same page.
And
the only reason he can make that is because of his mobility.
Now, I have said also, and I know we all think of Mahomes as the best quarterback in the league, and by a career standpoint, absolutely, he definitely has the accolades that proves it. But if you look back the last 2 years, statistically speaking, he hasn't really looked great. And
no, he looks like a bum.
Honestly, he looks like an average quarterback statistically. Yeah. Now, am I saying Mahomes is a bum? No, I don't think he's a bum of a quarterback, because he does like to win, and he will do whatever it takes to win.
I can't wait to start saying that, man.
I'm
sorry, I just can't wait to start saying that.
But I do think that if Rice could just stay out of trouble and lay off the weed, man, then it would look better. On top of
all the other stuff he's doing, like,
he's Rice.
It's not even like, the weed's a problem, but it's there's a lot more than just.
No, I know. So it's truly like all Mahomes has until Rice can figure out his own dilemma is Travis Kelce, who is of course Hall of Famer Travis Kelce. We all know him. He's terrific.
I'm still surprised that man is going to make another run.
I am too. I really thought, what better set off? You married Tay-Tay. You can go off in the sunset. You can do the podcast with your brother and just live happy, man. But he loves the game too much to step away. So,
yeah, maybe he just likes the game and feels like maybe they're not. Maybe there's a veteran captain in him where he's like, okay, this team is not ready for me to leave yet, and if I could still play, I'm gonna still play until I feel comfortable enough to leave. Like, they have more tight ends than any other team. I feel like they're trying to replace him. They have so many weapons there, receivers and tight ends, that they just cannot figure it out. I think maybe it's I don't know what they're doing. Now, the addition of Kenneth Walker, great, awesome. I like that. The problem is he gets hurt a lot. So maybe the system of him pass catcher may be a little bit better. Tap him out. I don't know. Because DeMarcato's like, I don't think he's a really good. And then they drafted Emmett Johnson. So I don't know. But Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy haven't really been doing what they were drafted for to be.
No. And
I still think they're trying to get the Hill person.
And, I do think that for the case of Worthy, I 100% agree with you. I think Worthy has been such a disappointment. He has all the talent and all the things in the world, but he just can't put together. In Rice's case, he has talent. He's shown the talent. He just gets in his own way every single season, it feels like. So, but speaking, you brought up K9. To transition a bit, what about Price and the Seattle Seahawks? Do you think that they can run it back? Because a lot of people I know in Washington think that they can run it back, that they don't need all these pieces that they lost. We're actually getting to that topic now. We're about to talk about the NFC West. Thanks for stopping by the way, Hope. By the way, your mic's not.
Oh, there it is. My bad.
You're good.
So Price is not. Man, this running back room sucks, man. This class, like I said it before, and I'll say it again. This I think it was the what year was it? It was like 2 years ago, where the running backs just absolutely were just complete garbage, all of them. This one was almost the same. Love is the only running back that is going to probably stay in for multiple years. The rest of them, it's a big drop, a big tier. Let's skip 2 or 3 tiers before the next guy. And so happens to be Price, who played behind Love in college. So maybe it was their system that they're in Notre Dame that they were running pretty well. I don't know. I think it has to do a lot with the way they ran that offense and why it made Price look good and why Love just was a better player. And so he made it look even better. But I don't think Price is going to be able to survive the entire season. And when Sharps gets back, I think he won't be like it's always hard for running backs to come back from an injury and then be the same guy. It usually takes almost a whole year for them to come back. Look at Saquon. He got injured, came back, wasn't the same. It took almost a year or two. And then that's not just anyone. Like, this is all players. It usually takes about a whole season for them to bounce back to their original ways because they're still fighting this lingering injury that they haven't played in so many months. They haven't moved in so many months. And that's just because, science, our bodies aren't just made to jump back onto the wagon and do it again. Like it takes time to heal.
To further on that point, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually watched a doctor and actually got a chance to like really listen. He's a sports doctor, and he always explains when it comes to major injuries, especially when you're dealing with anything that has to deal with the Achilles, the knee, or around the ankle, it takes for a NFL player, and the age is a big factor in this, and the grade of the tear. So, to put simply, it takes roughly about 10 to 12 months for go back to 100% from where you were. Now, depending on the age, impacts massively if you lose a step or not. So if you're a young guy, like let's say, Jonathan Brooks, for example, who's had 2 knee injuries, he's still a young guy. So because he's young, or even take your guy, J.K. Dobbins, when healthy, he's amazing, right?
Yes.
Even then,
play him. Put him in.
Yeah, exactly. 10, yes, unless you are named Adrian Peterson again, but those are anomalies, all right? Those are anomalies that don't happen, but typically it takes 10 to 12 months and varies on the position. So for a running back, it does, especially an Achilles injury, let's say, that you lose a step, and if you're missing all of training camp, you have to be eased back in. He says that if you immediately thrust them back into the role, the risk of re-injury goes from a low like 33% first couple of weeks to as high as 78%, which is alarming if you try to just not ease someone back in, which we've seen teams do, and that's why they get hurt again. So
yeah, it's everything you said is correct. It takes time, and it doesn't even matter what position. It's just the normal of your body healing. It just takes almost a whole year. And is Sharp's going to be the same? No, I don't think he will. The problem is with Price is there's a lot that has to be relied on him a lot this year. Is that going to be a lot for him as a rookie coming in, because the NFL plays 6 more games than the actual college normal regular schedule, and their body's already banged up by that time. It's a lot to ask from him, but he's in that position. Is he going to put numbers up? Yes. The thing is he going to keep up doing these numbers? And if he's going to be able to be successful in the NFL, there is so much risk for him. I don't feel comfortable with it. Is it harder for a running back or a QB? I'm getting to that, Anthony. I'm getting there. It's harder for a running back or QB and Achilles than the running back.
I agree with running back, and especially
now we didn't mention Patrick though. Patrick has this issue where it's going to affect him because it's he's not a runner per se. He's not going to go run downfield. Most likely, he avoids tackles back there. Is what he does. And then, like Alex said, he has the arm, but he's very maneuverable back there to avoid the sack, and then launches it. That's what he's good at. He's going to do that. No, honestly, he's not going to be very mobile, and because of this whole issue with his knees and all that, it's going to be very hard for him to be the same.
I'll put it to you like this, because this is more likely for a quarterback when it comes to anything that has to do specifically with the foot, because you could ask anyone who plays quarterback that, yes, if they hurt their ACL or any part of the ligament in the knee, yes, it hurts their mobility. So if they're a mobile quarterback, they have to be a little bit more, conscious, slide more, but you'll find that with their foot, especially if it's the foot that they plant their foot on, or their foot, that they're essentially about to throw the ball with, they're planting it down. If that foot, there's a reason why Joe Burrow missed 9 games last year over a turf toe. It really matters heavily to a quarterback. If you can't get enough pressure down when you're planting your feet, then it throws off every other mechanic of the throw. It's the same reason why when I look at shoulder injuries for quarterbacks, if they have a history of them, it can be a problem. Now, that being said, is why people look at Matthew Stafford, and up until last year, we're like, he's a great quarterback, but there's always a risk that something goes wrong with his shoulder, with his throwing arm, and we're scared about that. But now that he's won NFL MVP, I think people are dancing around that and thinking, oh, well, he'll be fine for another year, right? But you never know.
But he's always been like that. He's always been
correct.
He's always gotten hurt. Ever since his rookie year, he's always gotten hurt. But he still managed to fight through the pain. This is why he's like a tank. He just continues to go. His rookie year, he got hurt in his play or wherever, and he still managed to pass the ball down the field. I think it was like a playoff game, or was it the playoff game? No, I can't remember, but I remember there was a clip of when the very first time where Detroit fans were like, this is our guy. He got hurt, ended up on the ground, threw it to Megatron, and they ended up the big old play. And he came back in the very next play. Like, everyone thought he was done because he was laying on the ground for quite some time. So, but yeah, too easy. Obviously, it's kind of already had it for us. You would just play another year. Travis, obviously, play Chris Jones, trade him, and OBJ, I don't want nothing. There you go. Too easy.
Yeah, no. I get you.
So yeah, it seems like Cousins and Rodgers have, after their Achilles taken. Yeah, but it's also because they're old too, though. Like
age does matter.
Age matters. Like you getting hurt in your early 20s, your body produces whatever it produces to repair itself easier than it does in your 30s or your 40s or 50s. Like it's not the same.
Now, I will say for Rodgers' case, he was on the Jets, and it seems to be whoever's quarterback of the Jets does awful because it's the Jets, a poorly run poverty franchise. They just are. So for him, no matter how good he is, I feel like, anyone that's on the Jets will just suffer.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, his first year there, he just ran the flag out, and that was it.
Yeah, no, that was it. So.
That was it. So, I don't know, that place is cursed.
So,
as you've seen, Matthew Stafford and the whole system, they have a chance to win again. But also the contingency, like the Seahawks do it again? I'm gonna say I don't think they can. Kenneth Walker was a big piece of that offense. They just
100%.
A big piece. Can they do it? Like if Kenneth Walker was the reason why they got through the playoffs. Now, did he get all the touchdowns? No, because he would in between the pylons, it was all Kenneth Walker, and then
it was Sharp who would get the touchdowns until the playoffs. Then they had finally used K9 the way they should have been using K9. But
yeah.
So I will say this: if they can go back to Super Bowl without a dominant rushing attack, because that's really what helped get them there. If they can do that, then I can say that Sam Darnold deserves to be in the top 10 conversation. Until then, I don't consider him a top 12 quarterback. Because up until last year, everyone always thought of him as a choke artist in the playoffs. Everybody thought he puts up good numbers, but not good enough to win anything. Now that he had a great defense, which I think is important for any Super Bowl run, but they had K9, who was the MVP of that Super Bowl. That does matter. So if he can do it again with less talent in the backfield, because we don't know what Price will exactly be. I mean, I have my ideas of what I think Price can be, but if he can go back to the Super Bowl, then yes, then we have to give Sam Darnold more flowers than we have recently. At least the NFL should.
I think so.
But I agree. I don't think the Seahawks will go back. It's very hard to repeat.
It is.
Ask Tom Brady. He tells you the hardest thing to do is to win it twice. It's very hard. It's what's more likely, even though Seahawks fans will hate me for saying it, more likely that the Rams have the best shot to go to the Super Bowl because they've built that super team. They're well coached. Now they have Myles Garrett. I mean, you're telling me that you guys can easily beat them when last year, of course, this was last year, you only beat the Rams by a total of 5 points in your 3 matchups.
Mm-hmm.
So that is telling that now that they got better. Just saying.
Is it wild to see? And that's crazy how a lot of the Vikings, everyone in Minnesota probably thought this. Me and Brian were saying that there was a glimpse of what we thought Sam Darnold was when, I think it was me and Mark, where we saw the actual potential of what Sam Darnold was. When he was on the Carolina Panthers, his first year with the Panthers, he was putting up numbers, bro. That was the Sam Darnold we were used to, which we saw of previous years when he did with the Vikings, and then he did it with the Seahawks. Which is dumb. Like, honestly, Minnesota, I'm sorry, you're stupid. Like, he literally just did that all for you, and literally the next year you got rid of him. Whatever, that's dumb. Anyways, but there was a point. Rewind before that with the Panthers. Him and DJ Moore were putting up so much numbers. He was the quarterback one multiple years, and then he got hurt, which kind of ruined the rest of the season for him. Like I'd say, he got hit really hard, and I think it messed him up where he was just scared the rest of the season. But I think he needed that hit for him to get out of that phase, because the following year when he was with the Vikings, he did a lot better. Or was it the following year or 2 years later? I can't remember the timeline, but I know the team that was next for the Vikings, he did what he did. So I just think that there's a potential of him. He has to do it again. If he does it again with this team, with JSN, and without Kenneth Walker, and he does it with Price, it's going to be very hard to see them going that far. They're going to have to rely on the defense a lot. Now is that defense good? Yeah, I think the defense is
yes,
one of
the
the
defense
best.
is very good.
So they're gonna have to rely on that. So I think with him having to do it's gonna be a test, a very good test. And I think he's like I'm taking him in fantasy. Like if that makes you comfortable, like enough to say that I'll take him in fantasy. Like I would be okay with that.
Fantasy Sam Darnold is great. The only issue people had because my best friend had him on his team for 2 years in a row. He says, I love it when he plays good, but then he has games where he throws like 3 or 4 picks. I'm just pulling my hair off. Like, what are you doing, man? So
yeah. And then like I don't know, in some leagues you could have like some leagues you can have where the negative on picks can be plus or minus like a lot or a little bit. But
yeah, it depends on the ball security, which is why if he does it again, I want to see it because I do think he can have an issue where he does turn over the ball quite a bit. So now without a run game, well, the run game will still be there, but I'm saying without someone like K9, can he still do it? And will he have better control over the ball? If he does, and they go back, then yes, Sam Darnold deserves all his flowers. I don't want to hear nothing about the run game being great because he clearly contributed way more to the team. If that's the case.
I would hope that he does good because I've always liked him. I've always admired him. I just knew I'm never gonna put him up with the elites. I just can't. But I've always liked the way he played. He's a very old school pocket passer that makes it happen. And I just
and then it should be
but also McCarthy came out of that 1 year where all the quarterbacks were just I don't know.
It was a rough year, and we all said it that McCarthy coming in, and I watched the tape, and I was like, I see that he benefited from a run-heavy team in Michigan, and they did stupid well running the ball, and that's why with a quarterback, because it's such a glamourful, glorized position.
Yeah,
if you don't have the right, whether it's the leadership or the fundamentals, the footwork, the arm talent, whatever it is that a team's looking to draft you with, problem is then suddenly you run into the issue like McCarthy, to where unfortunately he needs more reps. He can't get more reps. Why? Because he keeps getting hurt. That ends his season way too early. So now it feels like how much longer do you spend with him? And then there was that whole interview with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray seemed very confident, and McCarthy seems like a deer in the headlight. So I mean,
it's funny when you talk about them too.
Yeah.
I was when they interviewed them, they're like, oh yeah, it's like Kyler Murray was never a leader. No. And I don't think he ever will be, to be honest. That's just the way he is. I think it's funny that you put him in the same room and they asked McCarthy, like, oh yeah, what's he like? He's like, well, it's like going to a classroom every day. He's just sitting on the other side of the classroom. That's literally what he said. Like, you've been already in camp with this guy for a couple of weeks now, and you're telling me that's the outcome? Like, you should have, oh yeah, he's a great guy, or whatever.
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing. They're not talking to each other. They're clocking in, doing their reps, first team, second team, going to the freaking classroom, going over tape or whatnot. You suck here, fix this, fix that. All right, good to go. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. And they're going to work out, whatever. That's exactly what they're doing. There's no brotherly love there. There's nothing where the veteran's taking care of the younger guy, because McCarthy needs work. And honestly, I don't think McCarthy's ever going to flourish to be anything, to be honest. You just can't. I don't think at this point, if you couldn't, either he's already messed up in the head because of they threw him to the Wolves last year, which was already too early. I don't think McCarthy's going to be that guy. Can we see him going somewhere else and potentially doing good? Yeah, sure, maybe. But we'll see.
It's always possible. And when we eventually get to that division later on, I will say that the Vikings window, because you have a really good defense, you have the right pieces on the offense, you just need the quarterback. Realistically, y'all really just need the quarterback. in that really tough, stingy division to actually make the playoffs again. And well, I hope Kyler Murray is the answer, because if he's not, and we already know McCarthy doesn't feel like the answer, it's just wasting Jettis' prime years. That's what it's doing. So.
Yeah, I think this year's the year for both of them. I think Murray's going to be able to do it just because it's a different setting, a different atmosphere. But he's not going to be the leader. He never will be. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be JJ. Not JJ, but Jettis. Right. So, no. Just no. Just absolutely. You're making it too easy to them. You're just no. They're not. No. There's too much. No.
I'm going to say yes, Anthony.
No.
I'm going to say Bengals rise up and they win their division this year.
The Bengals do Bengals things and shoot themselves in the foot every time.
Man.
Every time.
But imagine if Joe Burrow's healthy. Just like your guy, J.K. Dobbins. When he's healthy, best player on the field. So Joe's healthy. You tell me that you could not see them actually at least winning that division? Because that division's wide open. Think about it.
Oh, dude, that division is so wide open for anything.
Yeah,
it's going to be crazy. Every single one of those teams have so many issues on one side of the ball that the other can just flourish. It's going to be exciting to see that division because they're all like, I can't even say they're good. I can't even say they're bad. Like they're just, it's like taking 5 darts with your left hand, your less dominant hand, and throwing it at the dartboard 5 feet away. And because you're close enough, you should get it. But because it's your less dominant hand, one of those darts should hit, right? Like that's how.
Oh, 100%.
That's how that division is. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Listen, to go back to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks and all that, because we keep going off rails today. Seahawks are not going to do it again. It's very hard. It's going to be a test. Can they get in the playoffs? I think they can. Yeah, it's very possible.
Definitely.
But I think that the Rams are making too much because one. They've never had a first-round draft pick, and the one time they do, they use it on a backup quarterback, which honestly is not that bad. Like I think that was their first one in like 9 years.
I don't know.
And they used it on a backup. They were just planning for the future. Is Ty Simpson the guy? I don't know.
We won't know for at least another 2 years because that's as long as Stafford's contract.
I wish they probably would have, like, some people would say, oh, they should have used it on a player that's a win now team, right? I agree. Am I on that side of the fence? Yes. But some people would say Stafford's old. We have a good team because the other team sucks. So there's a very good team that we can just easily get into the playoffs so we can start planning for the future. Like they're balancing both. And I feel like that's what the Falcons did 2-3 years ago. But I knew that what's his face sucked. I knew he sucked.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
Ty Simpson, my biggest gripe with him is that he did not have a lot of starts in college. And I'm very old school when I look at a quarterback. And if you have a bunch of starts and you've achieved something in college, it doesn't have to be the Heisman, because the Heisman, can be a glorified, popularity contest sometimes. It is how it can feel. I don't care as much for the Heisman. I care more about your specific position. What did you do in your conference? Was there anything noticeable you did? And that's why I like quarterbacks like Bo Nix, which a lot of other people don't care too much for. But that's why I liked him, because he had the most starts and he looks good in Denver. But with Ty Simpson, I think he has to sit behind for 2 years for him to truly be good. And I think if he gets thrust in the role, let's say Stafford gets hurt this year or next year, and Ty sucks, everyone's going to immediately say, oh, Ty wasn't the answer. And I'm like, guys, it's like his first few starts. I mean, hardly ever do we see a quarterback come in the first couple of weeks as a starter in the NFL against that kind of talent, and suddenly they look, they're amazing. That it takes time. So I think if you give him 2 years, if Stafford stays healthy fully 2 years, by the third year, if Ty doesn't have it, then he's not their answer. But he should have it by then. That's what I do believe. So I think their window is 2 to 3 years to win the Super Bowl.
If not now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's more of what I mean. It's like they have this year, next year, and then potentially the third year after that. It depends on how everything shapes up. So
yeah. So All right. Well, I don't know. I feel like that division's very interesting. Quick rundown from what I think. The Niners are too old, and they get injured, and the power lines are not helping them either because they need to move those power lines out of there, or they need to move to different practice fields, like a mile or two away down the road or something. Like
they're going to miss the playoffs. I see them winning at most 8 games.
Yeah,
I think they're going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Cardinals, oh God,
worst
I don't know.
Team in the NFL arguably this year. They might not finish as the worst, but look at that schedule. Maybe there's maybe a second win there.
Do they get 4 wins?
You know what? Let us know in the comments. 4 wins or more, or less than 4 wins?
Yeah. 4,
I think less than 4.
I'm gonna say at 4. I think there's going to be some lucky scenario where Love beat accidentally. I feel like there's gonna be a play where they pitch it to Love on the outside, and the linebacker trips over his shoelaces, and Love takes off. And they'll just magically win this. They'll get lucky. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Rams are taking that division 100%. Seahawks, they can probably do it, but I don't think they're going to win the whole.
So then, where would you have the Rams in? Do you think the Rams will end up being?
They're
13
making
wins, 14 wins.
I think the Rams can easily make 12.
Okay, 12. The under. Okay.
I think 12, 13. That's their schedule isn't necessarily the easiest either, but I think they could easily get 12. 12 for sure. I will stamp a nail at 12 and anything higher.
Sure.
10 is going to be surprising. No way. There's no way they.
If it's 10, I consider that a loss. Because
100%. I think the defense and everything they have, it should be enough for them to make it happen. So yeah.
So then if they get 12, do you think the Seahawks also get 12, but they lose a tiebreaker to the Rams? Or
yeah. Well, see, I feel like 10 wins get you into the playoffs.
So
I think they could get 10 wins.
Gotcha. So
I think Seahawks can get 10.
Okay.
Rams can get 12. And I don't care about the other two because they're not going to do anything. So
yeah, so you have 4. I have less than 4. And then for the 49ers, I have at most 8. I just can't
7, 8, yeah.
7, 8. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. Because trust me, as soon as Caffrey goes down, I mean, all I'll say is this: load up on Jordan James, everybody in fantasy. Let me tell you, he'll do good for you. He'll do good for you.
But as we go for that, that's it for today. Next week, the other two should be back, and I haven't heard from Mark though, so it's gonna be interesting.
Oh no, I heard from him. He's watching the kiddos right now. So
okay, yeah, definitely, yeah. Okay. I haven't checked my phone, so all right. Well, that's it. Glad we were still able to. I was here to actually make that happen. So, but yeah, no, have a good one.
You too.
It was Sunday.
Awesome to have you here.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have a good 4th of July. I think it's on a Saturday.
Yes. Yeah. Are you doing anything 4th of July? I'm going down to see my dad to go blow shit up because it's legal here in Florida.
No, actually, I don't have any plans, but I can blow shit up. I have things to blow shit up.
There you go. Exactly.
But I just don't know where I'll be at the time.
Like
dude, the location for me is so hard. I don't know where I'm going to be at, guys. For those who don't know me, evil chat hope. I was here all the time, but it's like it's life changes. It's happening, but we're on the uprise. So
yes, I will say this: 4th of July. Maybe you agree with me. Is the only holiday where you actually are excited to spend money on because you get to enjoy it. You get to watch it and just have fun with it. I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, I could totally see myself spending $500.
No, you can't easily. Well, it's with food, drinks, gas, and because you're gonna probably go somewhere for it, and then whatever you're gonna use to blow shit up or whatnot. It's very possible for $500.
Maybe because Christmas, we're always like,
I'm sorry, my guy.
Damn. You know what? Just sneak a Roman candle in there. put it under someone's desk that you don't like so much.
A little
you know,
black cat.
Yeah, a little black cat.
Put a black cat under someone's tree.
Cartoon style.
Woo! Anyways, that's it for today. We will talk. As we get closer and closer. I know we still have a lot of off season left, but camps are definitely going to be full force here soon. The OT, the optional OTAs, and then the mandatory mini camp is going to be opening up here soon. So we're going to have a lot more news and a lot more. Oh, this guy's doing the ones. He's going to be the starter. Blah blah. Don't pay attention to that. I promise you, it happens. It happens every year, and everyone starts sucking that dude's the all the way to the draft. And what happens in the year? Nothing. So don't listen to the media. There's always one player. There's always one player. I'm done with it. I'm no longer listening to that media.
I care more about preseason than I do about the training camp, for most things, All
right. Well, call it a happy Independence Day for next week, and we'll see you guys maybe next Sunday if they decide to have a show. All right.
Yeah.
Later.
See you guys.